Hey guys, so today I thought I would show you the foundation routine that I have been doing pretty much consistently for the last couple of weeks. It's really been cold here and it's been really dry, and the idea of using a regular foundation, although sometimes I do, in most cases, I don't know. This is what I've been gravitating towards, and this is kind of a spin off of my How to Turn Your Tinted Moisturizer into a Foundation. So this is sort of my updated foundation slash base routine. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that I do before I get started with my foundation, I always say it's part of my base routine because I do it with my base routine, and that is to prep my lips. And so this is kind of new-ish, but the prepping part is not. I have been using the Butter Balm from Pumpkin and Poppy in Blood Orange. It's good and moisturizing. I don't think it's heavy enough for, at least not for the winter, for a nighttime lip balm, but it is really moisturizing. It's got a bunch of, it's completely all natural, and it's vegan, which is always a plus, and it's inexpensive. It's like $4 or $5. And so what I do is I just do this, and I just let that kind of, I like slather it on really good and let it kind of soak in while I'm doing everything else. So anyway, for those of you that don't know, what I do is I take this is the Curel fragrance-free moisturizer. You can use it on your body, you can use it on your face, and so I do that for both things. So you just take a little, like a dot, and then I use the e.l.f. Tinted Moisturizer in Porcelain. It is too, everything with e.l.f. is too kind of yellow based for me, so I have to mix it with moisturizer anyway. So there's that. And then what I do is I take a little dot of the Josie Maran Argan Illuminizer, and this is the gold one that was in the last thing for Christmas, the last holiday kit. And I put a little dot of that in there. So that's my little cocktail. So what I do is I go ahead and I take now there's going to be some things in this that are not cruelty free. We're coming up on, there's some Bare Minerals products that I use that are not cruelty free, but as far as I recall, everything else that I'm using is. But these are things that I'm trying to use up, so they're part of my daily routine. So I'm using Primetime Primer, and I use just one pump of that, sometimes 1.5, but I just rub that around. And a little bit goes a long way. So, pre-going cruelty-free, this was my very favorite primer of life. It was the only, well, I had tried the Smashbox one, which is also not cruelty-free, but I had tried that, and it didn't impress me, so this was the only one that I liked. So then what you do is you just take this little cocktail and you swirl it all around. And what you get, it's kind of like a luminizing foundation. It's kind of whippy, it's kind of whipped, and so I just put that on. But anyway, my current favorite foundation primer these days is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused. I mean, it's $6 and it does what every other silicone primer that I have ever seen does. And I'm always saying if it does the exact same thing, I'm all about spending the amount of money if you need to. You know, sometimes, especially with foundations, skincare, but especially foundations, because with cleansers you can buy just about anything. I mean, it washes right off your face, but moisturizers and serums and eye creams, sometimes I think that they need to be more, what's the word I'm looking for, just better ingredients, and you got to pay for that sometimes. Sometimes you don't. I mean, Andalou Naturals, I've been slowly trying a few things of theirs, and they're awesome, and they're very inexpensive. So it doesn't mean you have to, but sometimes you do. And I'm absolutely willing to spend the money on, you know, good concealer and good facial products and good skincare, because it's that important. But as you can see, I mean, it just bumps up the coverage just a notch. Now, the next thing that I do is I take a little bit of Hydrating Mineral Veil from Bare Minerals, which I am using up, and I use that to kind of set everything, because it is kind of dewy, and this brush is used to that. You know, it's made for, it's got an antibacterial thing on it that lasts for so many washes, and so anyway. Okay, so then the next thing that I do is I take, where is it? The Bare Minerals Summer Bisque, and I use that for facial concealing, and I just put a big dollop of it. This is just an EcoTools flat brush. I can never find the Bare Minerals concealer brush anymore, and I just take that over pretty much any redness that I see. I go around my nose. If I'm running late, I go around my nose and around my chin, and I'm usually done. Because that's where the biggest, I mean, I have some on my cheeks too, and I have that acne scarage right there. And I also, of course, normally don't have to rush like this, but you know, we're working on borrowed time here with my little iPad. But anyway, so I just take that, and that is the facial concealer that I've been using forever. I still haven't found a cruelty-free facial concealer that I like. I have found a couple of under-eye concealers that I like, speaking of which. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eyes and Hello Light, which I use for under-eye concealer these days. See that? And then I just follow it up with the luminizer. And it's a very brightening combination. I'm very much enjoying this under eye combo. But anyway, so there's that. And then, let's see here. What I've been using the IT Cosmetics Celebration Illumination for is basically setting powder, just to give me a little more coverage. So I take the airbrush brush, double airbrush brush that came with it, and I just kind of do this number. I'm going to go over my concealer, kind of give myself a little extra coverage. And this has been my foundation routine, like I said, for the last little bit, especially with me experimenting with the IT Cosmetics products from their last TSV. So, that is my foundation routine. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one.